I worked for an outfitter up in Banff National Park when I was 20 years old for a couple years. It was after I did a 500-mile ride through the mountains of British Columbia solo on a green-broke 5-year-old thoroughbred Appaloosa mare. And I really loved those couple of years working for that outfitter up in the wilderness of Banff National Park. And I've wanted to do packing again for quite a while. So my wife and I bought this set of riding saddle packs a couple years ago, but we never used them. So this is the first time we actually have had them on a horse. And this is Keen, our 21-year-old Arabian gelding, who's never been packed before. He's done a lot of trail riding. We've ridden him mile after mile after mile, but this is a first for him. Now these packs are empty. I just wanted to see how they'd ride on them and what kind of reaction he might have to them and the sound of them, and they stick out a lot farther than a rider's leg. And he did really well. I made some mistakes and learned about adjusting these packs, but he did really well for his first time. Now I've loaded these packs with everything I needed for a 3-day trip, including 40 pounds of cubes for him, simply because he's had laminitis in the past and we want to keep him off any fresh grass. But I've loaded up everything for myself and 2 horses for 2 nights and 3 days, including electric fence, highline, tent, all the camping gear I would need, all the gear we'd need for the horses, and it all fits on this one horse with these packs and a top pack as well. So I'm dropping the 2 panniers here. Obviously they won't fit through our gates as they're wider than what our gates are. But we've got a couple of 1-inch manila ropes hanging down from this tree, and we tie our horses to it. It simulates being tied to a highline, and we can put them there. We can swap saddles with our other horses. We can just have them stand there and learn how to be, good at just standing and waiting, patient, and not pawing the ground and everything else. So here I am tying him up, and then I'm going to move those panniers into our arena and then come back for him and load the panniers onto him. The panniers are the TrailMax brand from Outfitters Supply up in Montana. We actually bought them from a local feed store here. Really impressed with the quality of workmanship and the materials. There's a couple things I would have liked to have seen different, and I will do a separate review on these panniers in the next week or so. I want to see how they work first with them on a horse and packed before I make any kind of judgment on them. Then I'll do a follow-up review after the pack trip to let you know how they worked on an actual pack trip. I have filled these panniers up to 40 pounds on each side, and it was incredible with the inserts that we bought for them, how much gear you could get in there and how snug it was and quiet it was if you packed it correctly. So really impressed with it, and right now I'm just determining that I had them on the wrong side. There's a pocket on the side of each one of these that actually goes to the rear, and that way if the horse bumps into something, what's in those pockets doesn't get smashed or damaged. So I'm just figuring that out now and rearranging it to sit on Keen. They're hung by 3 straps on each pannier in that part that goes over the saddle. Right now I have the packs empty. I just want to see how he's going to respond and see how this all fits together. And it's pretty easy to put them up there. When they're loaded, you can just lean them like you would a Manti against a Decker pack and buckle them up. Pretty simple. foresee a problem in that this cinch keeps this from flapping, goes right across where the back cinch is. So that may not be how to work that. So that's pretty good. So this can slide back and forth to the front, so you have to make sure that it's level across. And then I'm counting the holes that these buckles go on to make sure that they're the same. So that they'll ride at least the same distance, but because this can move, maybe it's best to kind of wrap that. The strap is long enough to wrap once around. That would keep it from moving side to side. Just don't have much strap to it. Might have enough. There, that would keep it from moving to the front on the pommel, moving from side to side. Let's test it out. Quail eggs. Something got to it. Look how beautiful that is, that blue. What a shame. Must have been a cat or something, I guess. I think he did really good. You know, when he spooked at that log rolling, he didn't even come up tight against the lead rope at all. So that's his first session with these pack panniers on a pack or rather a riding saddle. You know, Keen's just a good, calm, consistent horse, 21 years old, and I think he's just going to be really good at this. He's got great withers, and yeah, he's a good boy. So, well, I hope you like this video on this. We're going to do more and keep adding to our repertoire, our experience, our confidence. Get out more into the local park and the local mountains on practice rides, and set up our camp and that sort of thing. And at some point we'll be going on our pack trip. So thanks for watching. If you like what we did, go ahead and hit the like button if you would. Also, if you want to subscribe, that'll let you know that, and you hit the bell, that'll let you know when we put up another video. And thanks for being a part of this journey. Have a wonderful day. I wanted to include this clip here because this is where I made a real mistake. I'm used to Keen and our horses being good trail horses, and I didn't even think about if he moved, he was going to knock me over like he just did, and that was entirely my fault. This was a tricky obstacle. We used to have a water crossing down here with a tarp and rocks in it and all that kind of stuff, and our horses never really liked it down there. It's a kind of a squeeze game between the bridge and the bank on the near side here, and I learned a big lesson that I've got to be really conscious about how I lead a horse, whether from the ground or from horseback. that those panniers stick out quite a bit, and it's going to take something for Keen to learn that he's a lot wider than when he has a rider. So wanted to show that because that was a mistake on my part, and I wasn't aware of how wide the packs were, or that if Keen moved forward that I could get bumped like I did. So thanks for watching. Take care.